superstar status. When you tell them your vision, yeah, they start laughing. Now you determined to prove them wrong and make it happen. You don't know how close you are. Never look back, cause you came this far. Oh, yeah, I'm about to get it. About to live this life, bright lights, big city. Time to pack them bags, yeah, time to pack them bags. Time to get out of town, I ain't looking back. Everybody say you can't do this, do that, but they never took the chance, that's why they where they at. I want more of the life, so I sacrifice. Leave all my friends behind, yeah, pay the price. I know they wishing for my downfall, but I'ma reach to the sky like I'm 50 feet tall. Yeah, I'm walking now, I used to crawl. I see the crabs in the barrel, I see all of y'all trying to put me down, but yeah, I'm going catapult. Past the atmosphere, yeah, I'm going get it all. Yeah. You can do it, all you gotta do is dream and imagine. Imagine, imagine. You can do it, all you gotta do is make it happen. Make it happen, make it happen. From a small town, about to get ready. Dreaming of the big time superstar status. When you tell them your vision, yeah, they start laughing. Now you determined to prove them wrong and make it happen. You don't know how close you are. Never look back, cause you came this far. Oh, yeah, I'm about to get it. About to live this life, bright lights, big city. Yeah, I'm headed in the right direction, and I'm focused and determined I'ma get my blessings. Yeah, I'm headed in the right direction, never having any doubt, no second guessing. Yeah, never had a doubt.
The world's best gather here. XBL baseball starts now.
It's crushed to the moon, and we're tied.
Picks it up on the second, over to first in time for the double play that ends the inning.
That's gone.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Trying to repeat.
It's good!
And Homer to the pen! This game is over!
Crushed! Left field! Off the pole!
Domingo Bell, deep right center field, carrying, and it's gone! That one's hit hard. Left center field, did she do it again? To the wall!
Swung on Bell to the deep left field. Is this baby gone? A grand slam!
Champion! The AAA World Series is over! On a line shot!
I can't believe my eyes.
Following an overwhelmingly successful Season 17, Season 18 has proven to be no different for the AA. Now, it is time for a champion to be crowned. On your screens tonight are two returning AA players who have proven they are worthy of the main stage. Our first challenger has soared his way to the title match on the wings of the long ball. After a scorching hot start to their Season 18 campaign, this squad has rekindled that fire. Now they find themselves in the championship round. Facing them is a foe who continues to prove they show up. These birds are anything but cold when it matters most. This AA standout presents an attack from all angles, and it is going to take everything to stop it. It is Preztone and his Louisiana Pelicans facing off against Kawashi and the Metro St. Louis Icebirds. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the AA World Series.
Welcome, everybody. I mean, man, are you not pumped up after hearing the Urban voiceover? Every time we get him in one of these, it gets me so much more excited before the game. There's a lot of OGs in the chat. We've got Urban in here. We got Weaver, Commander, who says he doesn't catch many of these games. Man, chat is active, and it should be, because Mystery Man, it's the start of the World Series for Season 18. We've been waiting a long time, and finally the AA kicks it off, and it's going to be an awesome matchup. You excited for this one?
Yeah, realistically, this has been the best AA season ever as far as number of participants. Those actually, I think I'm pretty sure they all finished their games. It's kind of crazy. And then, they did the round robin, and that's where Kawashi stepped it up, came out of the round, didn't want to be in that round robin, if I recall. He was looking to escape it. But you know what? Sometimes you get that much more hardened by having to go the extra mile. And it seems like that's probably what got him here, is some of those extra games because, these two beat some really good competitors in the semis. So certainly it appears to be a very bird-worthy matchup on paper.
Yeah, very bird-worthy. I use plenty of metaphors about flying and things like that in the show announcements. I'm gonna keep them limited here and keep it to the baseball, and we'll talk about that first key term, limiting mound mistakes. This goes both ways. Whenever you're in the AA, obviously you're kind of working up ego as you go, and so you're constantly having to adjust that reticle whenever you're pitching as well as at the plate. And we've seen Preztone really get on top of some balls, especially the mistake pitches in the AA this season, and he's been scoring a minimum of 6 per in every victory he has in these playoffs. So if you're Kawashi, you got to limit those mound mistakes to hold down the runner-up Lombalo Preztone.
Yeah, you got to avoid meatballs against Preztone. He's one of those batters that you just can't get away with those. Some batters you can. They maybe are guessing sometimes. Maybe they just don't always reticle up the way they'd like to. He's one of those that has control of his reticle, so you can't be laying that in there. Simon says that Kawashi adjusts extremely well to other batters' tendencies. So if he can couple that with accuracy into the corners, that will pretty much stop anybody if you can be unpredictable like that. Simon also says that Preztone has a bit of a shallow pen. He would really like to see those starters go 7 because if he's having to yank them against someone like Kawashi in the 3rd or 4th or even 5th inning, it's going to be a bit of a struggle to get through. Kawashi can hit, and I believe he's playing Cup on 82, so this is a very reasonable ego for him. And then another thing Simon says is that Kawashi is quite a defender. He will steal, he'll stop some extra bases. He might make a jumping play at the wall. So we're expecting a bit of drama from the Icebirds in the field.
In a matchup that's so even when it comes to ego differential, you might see a big gap normally, but it's 79 for Preztone and 80 for Kawashi, so very even ego, and you look for those minor things that might show up in a long series like this. And that second point, shout out Simon, the AA player who got us a lot of these keys because he's so much he's so familiar playing these guys, but he said that bullpen difference could really change things, and especially against a team like Kawashi, that they're really balanced. They're an excellent pitcher, but he's been able to really put across runs all throughout his scorecards in these victories he's had. And then that ice cold Robin, not only does that go for his fielding, he's got the best defensive team in the AA stat wise. He's also put up a clinic on the diving plays, the robberies, things like that in the playoffs so far. He's been absolutely crucial in his victories because he's been ice cold when it comes to close games as well. He's got so many 2 or 3 run victories so far in these playoffs. When I was looking through his box scores, it shows Kawashi could show up in the clutch. Prezstone's won by a pretty good margin, so that's going to be an interesting point to think about too if these things get close. Like you mentioned, Kawashi's got more games under his belt because that round robin, and more importantly, he's got more close games under his belt. But game 1 will be at home of Louisiana Pelicans. I want to say it's Lafayette, but I could be wrong. Probably a home run park knowing him. But we've got our Season 18 World Series finally coming your way. AA is going to kick us off. Y'all give us a second to switch it over, and game 1's coming right at you. jumping right in. No time on the cutoff on these pre-records. It is Lafayette. I was right for once, and I actually see in the chat, Zlat says it's going to be Lafayette and Motor Yard, so we'll see how that bodes for the teams in this series. Icebergs are the away team. Preztone getting Motor Yard when he plays Icebergs could help his long ball sort of potential, but right here the Icebergs start off with a single through left field, and that's how we start our World Series, a leadoff single.
A bit of haze here at Lafayette. I expect the ball to carry nicely. Be interesting to see if the Icebergs can maybe get off to a quick lead here.
And you can see where that bullpen money went, right into the starters for Preztone here. This one takes a weird hop. Second baseman gets it, but there's too much speed to get to it. The starter, leg strong on the mound, has got the 5-pitch arsenal and has really strong velo with decent junk, pretty great accuracy, but finds himself in a little bit of a pickle right here to start off the game. 2 on, no outs.
Yeah, I haven't really seen bouncy clay like that right in front of home plate. That was quite interesting.
Oh, Kawashi puts a jolt in it, and that's how we start the AA World Series. Kawashi and the Icebergs in dramatic fashion before an out comes across. It's 3-0 on the long ball to left field.
Well, didn't need the short park for that one, but he's got 3 runs in his pocket.
And this starter, the ace for the team, Legstrong already tense. He hasn't been able to record an out. Throws a couple of meaty fastballs swung on late. Man, oh man, you talk about jitters normally at the beginning. The first few innings of these series, normally we're sitting here scratching for things to talk about. There's too much jitters, but wow, Kawashi doesn't show any sign of that. What a hot start.
I told you the air felt a little bit light in here at Lafayette, and that ball really carried probably about the 18th row out there.
Preztone still being aggressive on the strike zone. A couple of strikeouts now back-to-back on the swing in the dirt before, and now a fastball up top. So after giving up 3 runs, he's able to get back-to-back outs right here, and it looks like maybe this pitcher's starting to find the plate a little bit. That one's roped towards second base, picked up by Barr and over to first. So big start for Kawashi in the World Series, and now Preztone, he's very much a power threat of his own. He's going to walk up to the plate. Starter for the Icebergs has about 70 velo, 70 junk, and that's going to be in the 80s of accuracy. Really 2 tough starters for these two, as you'd expect in Game 1 of the World Series.
Especially in AA too, when a game starts off with early runs, it can really get. I'm expecting like 20 runs just from that first half inning.
And just as expected, we see some lag so far. Hopefully it doesn't affect it too much. These are pre-recorded, so must have been manageable. Look at Britt Brooks, the number 2 hitter in this lineup. Power versus righties is on, and that puts her way up there on the power chart. Easy to see where all of his home runs come from. Just that curveball inside 1-1. Ooh, tough fastball on the chin. Being patient at the plate. Works a full count now. All that power, we'll see if he's able to put a jolt into one. He watches it a great eye. 4 straight balls. And walks a run on him. Man, oh man, here's Preztone himself, the namesake.
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Himself. Oh my.
Yeah. Wow. Oh boy.
Oh, the lag pitch, but it turns into a 3-run shot. The Pelicans, the runner-up for the long ball award this year, and now they've got a 2-run home run of their own, and very early fireworks here in the first inning of the World Series.
That's why you can't walk a batter at this point. These hitters are just too dangerous, especially Preztone.
Both starters, both aces for these teams, tense in the first inning. Oh, the lag pitches, hate to see it. That one located well, though, 2-2.
Kawashi does appear to be running that slider quite a bit. Thinks he can get away with it and nails it right there.
Yeah, perfectly down there on the inside corner. First pitch Slayer is on. We'll see if he swings with the first pitch, watches it. Another lag pitch that found the zone. This one looks like it's going to be in there as well. Watches that one, so it's 0-2. Preztone being extremely patient at the plate, been paying off so far. Already 2 runs.
How's that elite changeup? That could be huge here.
Back up to neutral as well. Elite changeup even more effective when you've got that velo in your arsenal. Curveball down there swung on and popped up. So both teams start off with the home run, a 2-run homer and a 3-run homer. So we're seeing a fair share of runs already through 1 inning. We'll see if either starter is able to settle in here after a rough start. Gets first pitch swinging over to right field. The 8-hole pitcher build for Kawashi, it looks like. Wonder if he has a bunter behind this. I'm not sure exactly what the advantage of the 8-hole pitcher is.
I think what it really is if you have a weak at 9 hitter, you assume that you're going to pinch hit for your pitcher with a beast if you need a hitter.
So long play. The egos on the AA standings, I've got to correct a little bit there. They show 79 and 80 on the bracket, but it looks like Kawashi's actually at 82 playing at his cup ego. So there is a 3 ego difference in this matchup. Preztone grabs that one just at the line. So a clean inning there, able to get a 0 on the board, and now steps back up to the plate. Some pretty tame arsenals for the AA, I must say. Oh, hang on, he misplays it over there in left field. Kawashi known for his fielding, misjudges that one a little bit, so it drops in, and there's a leadoff single. Good speed on first. Preztone still being patient at the plate, 2-0 here. This one's going to be right down the middle, watches it. He is working in that slider a lot, just barely misses the zone. Now it's a 3-1 count, another deep count for the Pelicans. And they work another walk. So 2 are on with no outs. A lot of ace activity so far early in this ball game. Ace Exterminator is on for Joe Lee at the plate.
Pelicans showing a good eye. It doesn't look like you can get them to chase very much, so you're going to have to, like we said, you're going to have to find some corners because you cannot be throwing meat up there.
Misses just barely on a couple of sliders.
And as good a pitcher as Kawashi is, the reason he's missing is he knows that if he puts it an ounce toward the middle like that one.
Oh, and he gets a
did hit it hard.
Gets it right towards second. It's a double play, and now he's got a chance to get out of this inning unscathed. It's
very lucky there.
Pitcher with some decent stats relatively compared to most, and he uses those stats, and now he's got an RBI, and Preztone's tied this game up now here in the bottom of the second with a pitcher RBI. That's going to help the mojo. After a rough start, leg strong now. Put a 0 on the board and helped himself out with an RBI. You've seen some starting pitcher MVP for performances in the AA so far. And we saw it in that Teflon series. Like
that's what I was thinking as soon as you said that. Yeah, Teflon had a couple of monster performances. That's really what got him past Ed, was a couple of monster SP games there.
Preztone trying to have a game of his own from his starter. We'll see if he can put another 0 on the board. It's tie ball game now going into the top of the 3rd. Lafayette's completely packed tonight. Love to see the crowd after some of the quiet ball games we've been seeing lately. He's got it all the way turned up for this World Series. Changeup finds its way in there, 2-1. Just slightly off on the reticle, popped up to center field, and he's going to put it away for the first out. Ooh, watches the curve right down the middle. Kimochi at the plate has clutch. Pretty good stats to work with without it right now. Watches late on the fastball.
She was right on that.
Good eye on the next one, 2-2. Now a full count for the Icebirds. We've seen a lot of deep counts so far. Swung on the fastball late again. It's a strikeout for Armstrong on the mound. Really starting to deal after that tough start. Maneuvered through the last couple innings pretty well, but has a really tough batter here to face. Gets him swinging at a ball. It's popped over to second base and put away. Snags it off the cheek. 3 hits and 3 runs for both teams so far. And Preztone walks back up with Britt Brooks, who worked a walk in her first appearance. So much power.
She's not going to swing at a ball. She's just waiting in there for hers.
Hammers the fastball that found its way into the zone, but Prower is able to get there in time. Miles per hour, how clever is that? I can pronounce that one every day of the week. Ooh, curveball's going to be in there. Watches it though, 0-2. Still being patient. He's worked a few counts all the way to full after being down 0-2. He's looking to do it again here, but he swings on that one inside. Looked too juicy. Put away at first, and now 2 outs. Seen a lot of pinstripes the last couple days, Miss. Coffee ran them. Now we got Preztone running them.
You know, that's kind of funny, Uni. All the custom teams I've made, and there's been a ton of them, over a few, almost 150, probably 150, going back to SMB3. I probably made 3 to 5 that actually had pinstripes.
Did you ever put any camo on them?
No, I don't like it.
Exactly. Say less.
I don't mind someone else doing it. It's just same with pinstripes. I don't think that was. I'm just not a big fan. I like other designs.
We saw a misplay from Kawashi in center field that turned into that double, but no harm, no foul. He's able to get the next out. I see Weaver in the chat asking about equal egos. Yeah, it's a fluent ego system that they have the last couple seasons in the AA.
It's the wishbone number of wins plus RD. It's of course a great calculation that they use, Weaver. It's really well done. So yeah, it is not a static ego.
Yeah, you play good, you go up. You play bad, you go down. You get into the playoffs, you just win. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, and it's really developed these players. I mean, we've seen Simon and now Kawashi, probably Preztone, certainly Malik. A bunch of them really have shown so much growth with the ego over the course of just this last season.
Yeah, it's a new challenge the AA players have to deal with that ego system. And man, it's brought a lot of parity. I mean, we see the 4 and the 8 seed right here in the championship, but it's not like the 1 and 2 seed got over egoed or anything like that. It was tough series all the way through the playoffs on each side. So to say the ego calculator is a success would definitely be true. Locked in on the mound now is leg strong, by the way.
I was just going to say, in case anybody forgot, we did have one player, Simon, the one who gave us the keys to this series. He advanced so far in AA that he was above the AAA ego by the end of the season and into the playoffs.
Ooh, late on that 2-seam. Looks like the Icebirds are really aggressive on those first couple pitches before they start getting stingy on the zone. We'll see if Preztone adjusts to that. We have seen a couple of early swings, but he's really been patient. This one's going to be 3 straight strikes. Swings at the curve. Second baseman's able to get there. Supremo. Neutral but waning on the stamina now is the starter for Kawashi. Seeing a little bit more lag. Swings at the slider because of it. 0-2. Fastball's going to find its way down the middle because of the lag, but luckily for the Icebirds, it doesn't turn into more. The last time we saw that, it was a 2-run home run. That one died just short of the wall. Joe Lee's up now. Ace Exterminator's still going to be working against the starter.
Interesting that Kawashi had that monster home run. Looked like he was really going to break out. Hasn't scored since.
Yeah, been relatively quiet the last couple of innings now. Still 3-3. Joe Lee's going to get a curveball to swing at right here, and she does. Over to right field. First baseman's not able to get there. Kim Mochi hauls it in. Brings it to second base. So a 2-out single. Now Legstrong comes back up. Has a hit already in this game.
Yeah, his stats are looking pretty darn good, including the speed.
Oh, and he uses those stats. He hammers it center. It's dove on. It's missed, and it's going to be another pitcher RBI, a single and a double for that man, Leg Strong. Rough start, man, the way he's adjusted. Mystery Man Leg Strong is just absolutely carrying right now.
Yeah, Kawashi does not want to see that SP getting any more hits. He's already been getting shut down the last few.
A possible pitcher masterclass again. And that first point for Preztone was to try to keep those starters in. No doubt you stretch your length of your starter when you get your mojo up off of hits at the plate. And now he ropes one into right field, and look who's up. Britt Brooks with all that power yet again. 0 for 1 with a walk.
Oh
with
boy,
2 outs
this is
here
trouble.
has an opportunity.
He's got to come with a lefty.
Gonna decide to stay with it. So it could be a big moment in this ball game. We'll see if he gets a pitch to hit. How stingy he is. Misses outside, now 2-0.
I don't think she's getting anything to hit.
Good patience, worked a 3-0 count now. And that one inside a 4-pitch walk shows the respect for those stats. And now Preztone himself comes up with the bases loaded. Already a home run in the ball game and a chance to turn in a monster performance if he can do something loud right here. Rally stopper comes in though. Virtuosa with the 3-pitch arsenal and great stats all the way up and down. Fastball pumped in there at 99. Back-to-back fastball as he swings on it. It's popped up right field as long as Kimochi can corral it easily, and she does. The bases loaded jam has escaped, but 1 run does come across off of that pitcher double. Preztone takes the lead 4-3 now in the middle innings.
I could be mistaken, but I think that was a 4D chess move by Kawashi rather than bringing in the rally stopper. He knew he was going to pitch around the big girl there, and he left his weaker pitcher in there to eat those pitches rather than taking some pitches out of his beast RP. So that was kind of it turned out to be a clever move.
That worked out for him. Was able to get out of the jam. Now works a full count here. Swings at that one inside. Supremo looking to do something to get a leadoff hit. He hits it down the line right outside the glove of the first base, and we'll see if he rounds. How much speed does he have? Not enough. Turns back, so it's a leadoff single down the first base line for the Icebergs. They're looking to answer back quickly.
It must not be much. Oh, he does have some speed. I'm surprised that he didn't get down to first a little quicker than that.
Now looking to possibly bunt with his pitcher in the game. Pulls it back, 1-1.
Oh, nice pitch.
It's that one foul. Now 1-2. We'll see if he still goes with the bunt. Looks like he's gonna do it. He lays it down in front. Can he get to second? No play, and it's out at first. So he does advance the runner, and here comes Mittens McClanahan. She's able to get on base. She has distractor. Leg Strong still locked in. Has the stats he started with. That one's roped to left field.
Oh, that's
it's
a
going
good
to find
swing.
its way down. A couple of great hits to start this inning. And Kawashi has tied it back up just like that. These two are going back and forth, and that's what you want to see in the AA World Series. It looks like we're going to have some tight affairs.
Yeah, that's manna from heaven for the Icebergs to get a run and get back into the scoring column.
Worked to that starter into neutral now, and also has Mind Gamer over there at first. Swings on the fastball late. Accuracy down around 35 or 40 right now for Preztone. Good eye there, 2-2. A lot of speed at first. If he can do something, pops that one up. That was way inside. Swings the hit run, makes the shortstop move out of position. Works out perfectly. That's how you want to hit and run right there. Move the shortstop, hit it through the gap, and now he's got a great hitter up with clutch on. Starter stays in.
Bases very dangerous, Kenmochi. She's been a star the whole season. And not make a mistake to her.
Hammers in center field. It is Kimochi, and she's going to get it back there at the wall. And it's going to be over. Another 3-run home run for the Icebergs.
Wow. Yeah, she had that clutch kicked in there, got her pitch. High fastball.
Missed once again, calling it beforehand as he always does. Kimochi sure is a star. Takes the lead back in this ball game on that 3-run home run. It's 7-4. Starter for Preztone still in there. Legstrong trying to get through this inning. He was doing exceptionally well for a few innings, but now back to his first inning form. Able to get the second pop out.
I don't think Legstrong is going to be too long for this game. At these egos, it's awfully tough to have a tiring middle velo pitcher. Even with 5 pitches, if they go tense, they're in big trouble.
Yeah, trying to get one more out, giving up 7 runs on 7 hits. Extremely efficient baseball from both sides at the plate. Kawashi especially, as now he's got another single with 2 outs here.
If anybody reaches second base, that pitcher has to come out.
A wild beginning to our AA World Series so far, full of home runs. 3-0 count now to, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name. Sorry, Kawashi, but she works a walk there. So 2 outs, 2 on for miles per hour. The center fielder 0 for 2 so far on the day. Watches that changeup find the zone.
Gonna ride Legstrong here.
Hits it well, but at second base, so finally Legstrong's able to get out of it after giving up 4 runs in the inning. I'm sure if he gets around, it's going to be it for him. The 4-hole is up to start the order for Preztone and the Pelicans. They've came back already once in this game. Can they do it again?
Little mistake. Oh, he watched it.
Now rally stopper makes patience virtuoso look much more civilian on the mound. Only 3 pitches and just slightly above average stats. Hammered center field.
Oh.
We have another one. It's full of long balls today. It's snagged at the wall.
Oh, boy.
What
did we say?
The iceberg show what it's about. They snag one at the wall and keep it at 7-4.
Wow. That was so high, I think it actually might have even bounced on or gone over the wall there if it wasn't hot.
On the run as well. That's one of the toughest plays to make in the game. And he makes it look easy, but
Oh, that's a
Preztone
terrible
answers right
pitch.
back. This one's not robbable, and it's into the stands.
Yeah, he meatballed it. We said you can't throw those to Preztone. He just teed off.
The few meatballs he's gotten, he has launched. That's 7-5. It's a 2-run game now. Here in the bottom of the 5th, this has been a crazy one. I would assume this is the ace in the bullpen, if not the number 2 in the bullpen. Getting roughed up a little bit now after a strong start. Gives up that home run. Up nearly around 20 pitches now, and that one's hit up center. So a 1-out single, and Preztone looking to do more damage. If he's able to get something into a gap. Goes with the 4-seam outside, so 2-0. Still patient at the plate are the Pelicans. Lag helps a little bit on that one, 2-1. Curveball's going to find its way in. He watches it, 2-2. Slider, tough spot, just inside. Full count now.
We're going to see a ball.
This one's going to be close, and he's going to watch it. It's on the edge of the zone, and it's a strikeout looking.
Wow, big hit.
Over 20 pitches now, the reliever losing a little bit of those stats. Not much yet. See how aggressive he gets on the mound because of it. Misses just barely on the curve. Now here comes the 4-seam. It's laced into right field. It's all the way out of here again. We've got another home run. What is going on?
Every time he meatballs it, that ball is going out quickly. You know, it's so hard. You know, that at this point in the game, pitchers are tense. A lot of pressure, but it is 7-7, so Kawashi's still right there.
And he worked it all the way around to his starters, starting at the 4-hole. He gets around to the 9-hole, and now he's going to get to pinch hit. It's Dubai Boone, fastball hitter. I believe that said clutch as well. Interesting, not many pinch hitters with clutch.
He's stuck throwing this pitcher because he doesn't want to go into another can of pitchers quite this quickly.
We've seen both teams have to use their pitchers a little bit longer than they're comfortable with. He gets that one at the wall and barely dies. So this game is tied right back up. Seems like every time someone gets out to a lead, someone else answers back right after. A 4 and a 3 spot in that inning. And now in the top of the 6th, it's a fresh ball game. Swings on the first pitch, grabbed at the knees is Oakley Hugh, the new pitcher that's in for Preztone. And now we're going to see a pinch hitter for the Icebirds. Pretty mid batters, it looks like, in that substitution screen.
Yeah, they didn't save a lot of hitting on the bench. Not too unusual.
And a pretty mid SPRP in as well. This is actually, for the SPRP price, this is relatively strong. We'll see how far those middling stats are going to be able to get him. He does have a 4-pitch arsenal. He has durable as well. James Allman's at the plate with off-speed hitter, seeing if he can get a pitch to hit. Swings at the fastball going away, and that's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, this pitcher actually has enough velo to maybe get by you, but you're going to have to disguise it quite a bit.
Change up on the edge of the zone there, 0-1. Same spot, misses low.
Good eye.
Patience, yeah. Good patience from Kawashi here.
Clanahan waiting for hers. Oh, she reached a little bit there, Uni.
2-2 now. She has an RBI and a single so far in this game. Now looks at the curveball, swings on the curveball. Shortstop dives. Brooks, does she have the arm for it? It's not in time. Too much speed on that leadoff runner. Now the 2-hole walks up. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the 9-hole. Mind gamer over there. Now the leadoff hitter up.
Good speed on first.
Accuracy down for Preztone. We'll see if he's able to locate his pitch. It's going to be down as long as that runner's on first.
Have we seen any running yet, Uni?
No steals yet. Seen a couple of pickoffs, but nothing brewing.
Yeah, he thinks she might go. She's over there distracting.
Full count now. We'll see if he gets a pitch to hit. Walk prone combined. 0 accuracy on the pitch, and you see it there. It's missed outside. So now 2 on. And it's Kamochi again, who's got the 3-run home run under her belt. Clutches once again on. Watches the first pitch changeup. We'll see if she does something crazy here in this appearance. She hits it down the line. Is it going to be foul? It just goes foul. It's an 0-2 count now.
Great swing, just a tiny hair late.
Swings at that pitch tailing away, and it's going to be the 3rd out. She wanted to do something epic again, but grounds this one into an inning ender. And now looking for a substitute are the Icebirds. Still has a decent reliever in there, it looks like, with K Collector. So we're seeing the 2 horses come out of the pen for the Icebirds first. K Collector could really bode well. Another 3-pitch arsenal here, 4-seam, 2-seam, and slider. Interesting build. Gives up a hit on the 4-seam there. Preztone doesn't let it get to 2 strikes.
Yeah, as we noted in some of the earlier AAA playoffs, these arsenals are the likes of which you simply do not see in AAA or in the XBL. But they will run some funky things out there in AA.
And that funky arsenal so far not working. 2 hits in a row before an out comes across. So now Preztone walks up to the plate. Power versus lefties is on. Kawashi may be thinking about walking this batter or maybe just taking a breather. Don't blame him the way this game's been going. Okay, let's run it all the way down. Okay, keep it going. This is exciting stuff, Mist. We're into the final 10 seconds here. 8-7.
He's looking at something.
Oh no, it's at 5. It's at 4. This might be the end here. It's 2.
Oh
it's
no.
1. And it's
Might get a
over.
DC.
He's gonna have to pitch the baseball. They're bringing all the dramatics to the field today. Still thinking about it. Preztone doing his part, giving himself some time.
And I
thanks.
I thought that no hummus Wheel of Destiny was exciting. Nothing compared to that countdown.
It's a 2-0 count now after the countdown, so we'll see if that has any impact on this. Hopefully it gets a little bit more refresh time, because no doubt there's going to be some more subs coming into this game. Ooh, red reticle, and it misses inside. Bases are loaded now with no outs. This reliever has came in and yet to register an out. Walk 2, not the start you want. I'm sorry, 2 hits and a walk. This is outside to start this one. Maggie Page is the 4-hole hitter.
Oh, caught. That's a big pitch. Gotta get a pop-up or something here. Can't seem to locate some lag, I think.
2-3-1 now. He's got to come at him. Gives him the fastball. It's hit right field. Can Kimochi get there? It's at the warning track and it's corralled.
Man, that was
slam.
a really good pitch and a really nice swing there. God, they both get something out of it.
And the pitcher gets tense out of it. After a run comes across, the lead is broken. We see our first steals. I don't even know if I've ever seen you can do that, but he turns to second and gets him out. So a free second out for the Icebirds, and now an out away from getting out of this inning with only 1 run on the board.
Yeah, I think he was greedy to avoid the double play, but it really backfired.
This one's hit deep center field. Miles per hour is back. It's at the warning track again and dies. Kawashi escapes death a couple times in that inning, only gives up 1 run, but now down 1 in the top of the 7th here of Game 1 of our AA World Series.
Yeah, if you're Kawashi, you're extremely excited about only being down 1 with the bases loaded and none out. That could have easily been a complete disaster.
Good job being patient at the plate there. Worked a lot of deep counts. A couple of 2-0, 3-0 counts. Now Kawashi looking to do some of that of his own. Works a full count here. Oakley Hughes got that walk prone on now. Lays one over the heart of the plate. It's changeup hit well, but it's going to be dead out there in center field. LaRoche able to get there. Sluggerville up, no RBI hero engaged, but plenty of stats to do damage. Watches the fastball down the middle. That one dotted on the corner.
Cool.
Hoping for some length out of the SPRP before he brings in one of his relievers. Up to 30 pitches now. That one finds the zone. It's hit left field. It's back there towards the wall. And once again at the warning track. We've seen 4 or 5 hits in a row at the warning track, it feels like.
Yeah, it's really short down there. She just didn't get her weight behind that one. Kind of yanked it.
No lack of power so far in this one. Even the hits that turn into outs are just within feet of being out of the stadium. Or out of the field, I mean. Works a 3-1 count now. Walk prone on again. Stats starting to dwindle for the SPRP. Ooh, got caught messing with the bat a little bit there, it looked like, and then laid on the 4-seam. So a 0 on the board, back-to-back frames for Kawashi. And Preztone comes back up, who's been hot at the plate against these relievers since they've came into the ballgame.
Yeah, you need as little drama as possible here if you're Kawashi. You want to get back in that batter's box.
Kawashi leaving one over the heart of the plate here, watches it. Now for the first time, K Collector is on. He red reticles it way inside, 2-2. Gets him chasing up top. Slider looked nasty. Off-speed hitter couldn't do anything with it, and that's the first out. One of the weaker hits we've seen in a while. Just a bouncer over there to second base. Back into this lineup up now for Preztone. Really done most of his damage with the heart of that order, as you'd expect. 7-hole right there, puts one up center, so a 1-out single. Ace Exterminator been on for every at-bat this game for Jolie, even with the reliever. Ooh, right down the heart of the plate and watches. Right field,
Oh,
that one's
boy.
definitely gone. It's a second decker and the lead is stretched. 7-10, Preztone and the Pelicans once again display that home run power.
There are way too many meatballs now. Some of these could be lag related, but boy, that's just right down the horn.
Kawashi looks like he's rushing a little more on the mound than he was before. Probably eager to get back up there and try to tie this thing up. Now he's got 2 more runs he has to work against, a 3-run differential now. Preztone still displaying an excellent eye at the plate, and this reliever is really down on her stats now. Up to 35 pitches, sliders coming into the zone. We'll see if it lands there. It's dove on at first, snags it. Catcher makes the running stop. Sometimes that one's sketchy, able to put it away for the second out though. Is he gonna sub here? Subs here on the second out with no one on. He brings in the SPRP. Has the elite cutter, a 4-pitch arsenal, does have that changeup back into the fold. It's been a while since we've seen the change on any of these pitchers. This one's down the middle too. It's hit well, left field. It's gonna be all the way into the gap. Per hour once again, just a little bit off on that path to the ball, and it gets by him, but only a double.
Yeah, you've got to dive there, especially when you're a good defender like Kawashi. Seemed to think he could get there, but it seemed fairly obvious that he couldn't.
Britt Brooks up again so far, just has a double. The way he's been hitting with so much power, if he's able to get a pitch in the heart of the zone here, I would expect nothing less than a home run. Swings and misses on that one, 2-2 now. Slider well located, but out of the zone, full count. Does he get a pitch to hit? It's up top, and he watches it. A couple of walks this game for Britt Brooks now. Showing a lot of respect for those stats. Preztone comes up right behind. No easier hitter to face. Looks like Kawashi's being real stingy on the strike zone ever since that home run earlier in this inning. Slider just low now. Great eye from Preztone still. It's a full count. It's reticle. It swung on and foul, so another pitch. And watches it, another walk. So back-to-back walks. The patience right now, mystery man Preztone. Showing how baseball's supposed to be played.
Yeah, patience has served him well this entire game, really.
Bases are loaded now with 2 outs. This could be the game right here. We've seen plenty of runs being scored, but the cleanup hitter up and looking to clean up she is, and she swings on that one, 0-2. This one looks like it's going to be in the zone. He watches it, tough slider down there. Finally gets the pitch location he needs.
I can't believe that call, but wow, that's a big pitch.
2 runs come across, and so it's 7-10 now. Kawashi trailing by 3 with only 6 outs to go. Preztone is the home team. That one hit well right at second base. It's not going to be enough on the dive, so it's a leadoff single. Kawashi looking to start a little bit of action of his own. Back end of his lineup is approaching. This SPRP so far for Preztone's been excellent, not giving up a run through 2 innings. Just a couple of hits. Good eye there, 2-1. Both guys showing excellent eyes at the plate all game. And this one's low. It's hit to short on the second, in time to first. So we do have a double play, and the mojo's up now for the SPRP. Locked in, stats above where they started. And now the starter up. We're not seeing a sub. Lays down the bunt perfectly down third base line, but is he going to have enough speed? No. Most players are going to get there and leg that one out, but not the pitcher. Looked like she had a little bit too much cake back there. Slowed her down. Donovan Jones up to the plate with huge stats. We're to our last half frame for each team, unless Kawashi's able to come back. He's trying to hold it at 3 for the moment. Bottom of the 8th inning.
インコースだ。いや、インコースだ。
Oh, a lag pitch. And it's a walk because of it. You're seeing a lot of rushing now out of Kawashi on the mound. Looks so collected to start this game, where he hit the 3-run home run in the first inning. Now there's a red reticle that finds the zone 0-2. Changeup's going to be right on the edge, and he watches it, so he gets the looking strikeout that he needs. There's one out. Runner still on first. And Christina Mercury comes up. Preztone still showing that patience, working a lot of hitter counts. 2-1 here. Slider away, watched again. 3-1. We'll see if he can find the zone. It looks like it's going to be close. Misses just outside, another walk.
Cool. Wow.
Pelicans up to 5 or 6 walks now in the game. Jolie, for the first time in this game, does not have ace exterminator, but she does have 2 home runs, a single, and an RBI. What a performance we're seeing from Jolie at the back end of this lineup, the 8-hole hitter.
It still has that mind gamer, though. She can find one in the middle. Oh, and there it is.
Oh, and it's hit. She had 3 home runs on the game. It's all the way back. Prowers there again. He gets it again. Another home run robbery, but no throw in. But he did enough. Or I'm sorry, 2 home run robberies in the same spot for miles per hour out there. The outfield for the Icebergs, especially the center fielder, doing everything they can to keep this thing where it's at. And now an RBI hero off the bench. She's got some strong traits. Ooh, that closer was clutch. Here's the beast in the bullpen for the Icebergs. Blaze Wild comes in, another 3-pitch arsenal. 102 on the dial on that 4-seam. Preztone not able to get a hold of it, so it's just on to second. And so it almost was a 3-run inning off of the home run. A rob changes everything, and now 3 runs, very much doable for the Icebergs. Have 3 outs to play with, looking to try to steal one at the away stadium here in Game 1 of our World Series.
If you can get that lead distractor on, that would be huge.
Pops it up over there to first base, easily put away by Mercury. There's the first out of the 9th. Locked in at the plate, the first baseman. Leadoff hitting first baseman, very interesting. New reliever came in, Poppy Bambino, the 3-pitch arsenal of her own, 4-seam, 2-seam, and changeup on the mound. Rally stopper as well. Both closers, it looks like, in this series are going to be real tough to handle. Able to get on top of that one, though, so it's a single up the middle, and now Kawashi still showing some signs of life. Kim Mochi up, who's already got a home run in this game, has clutch on, giving her huge buffs. It's best on best here with the closer against the best batter in this lineup. Watches that one, 1-2.
Oh, brutal.
Swung on, shortstop range is over. Can he get back to first in time? He does, so he lives to have another at-bat. Angela Saturn comes up. Tough pitch on the edge there, 0-1. Good eye there. Stamina starting to affect the velo a little bit now for the closer. Still late on the heat, 98. Check swings, and it's a looking third strikeout to end the game. So at home, Preztone and the Pelicans at the home of Lafayette, able to go up 1-0 in the series. The Icebergs put up a fight. What a back and forth ball game we had there in Game 1, Miss. That was crazy.
Yeah, excellent game in every way, really. A lot of scoring, some incredible defense as we expected from the Icebergs, but it wasn't enough in the end as we just saw too many meatballs.
Yeah, those points really showed up. Those keys that were given to us with the help of Simon before the game was spot on. We saw some mislocations cause trouble. We saw excellent fielding out of the Icebergs as we expected, and the SP lasted about 5 innings for Preztone, and he was able to get to that closer. So an excellent Game 1 there, and we'll be at Motor Yard, I believe, in Game 2. It'll be Kawashi and the Icebergs looking to try to tie the series up, and the Louisiana Pelicans, Preztone, trying to go up 2-0 in the series. Give us just a minute. We'll switch it over to you. Welcome back. Once again, we're right into it. We're at home of the Icebergs. This time it's Motor Yard down. Let me change it on your screens. Down 1 in the series now. After an insane game 1 that was full of home runs early on. And then a flurry of home runs late from Preztone. You got green uniforms and white uniforms. Edward Wong on the mound in this one. 4-pitch arsenal. Really low stats on velo and junk, but good accuracy. It's a big switch up of the starter.
Yeah, Pelicans running those hand-me-down holograms jerseys for this one.
They do look like the holograms practice uniforms. Another pinstripe squad. So much green going on, you're right. He's just taking a little bit of Lafayette with him everywhere he goes, you know?
I think they look kind of cool, though, to be honest. I really like the slightly lighter helmet. Looks great.
We'll see how this switch up on the mound bodes for the Icebergs. We do know it's easier to home run a lot of times on the higher velo. This time he goes low velo. We'll see if he's able to limit the home run, but we are at Motor Yard, one of the easiest stadiums to hit the long ball at.
And not totally. It's fairly small medium. It does have pretty large fences. That's the one thing.
The very familiar home stadium I always associated with Dwayne and the Motor Sox.
He's more of a Bingana guy. He's not Moto.
Motor Sox don't play at Motor Yard.
No.
You kidding me? I'll have to talk to him about that. That's his problem.
I used to play Moto quite a bit.
Be in the World Series right now.
Yeah, Moto's a kind of a boring but extremely nice to play stadium.
He needs the vibes. Dwayne needs the vibes. The fact he's not at Motor Yard. It's not.
Yeah, I agree.
That should not be true.
I don't know what Dwayne ran in season 18, but he historically goes with Bingata.
Well, he's in the XBL, so probably parquet since 90% of the league are in parquet. Ooh, just gets there with the shortstop. So one hit comes in, but no runs. And now Kawashi walks up. Both teams scored in the first inning of the last game. Kawashi had 3. He's going to face another high velo starter here. This time a 5-pitch arsenal that features all 3 fastballs, a screwball, and a changeup. So no curveball in the arsenal. Pretty much everything moving side to side.
Is that a Rotunda black arsenal? I believe it is.
Yeah. So gets the first strike.
Not the proper arm angle. I believe she's a mid, but the same arsenal.
Yeah, this is the sort of arsenal you would expect the mid-arm motion to be on with all these pitches that moved side to side. He's able to get a couple of outs here to start off the performance. The ace that started game 1 for Preztone gave up 3 runs off rip. Already a better start from Maxwell here. Being really aggressive so far. Worked it into excellent pitcher counts on all 3 at-bats. Swings on that one up out of the zone, but able to loop it over there into right field. So both teams start off this game with a hit.
Yeah, that was kind of a defensive tomahawk swing as the ball came riding inside there, but nonetheless reticled it up, gets a single.
Well, that one right down the middle just swung on late. Well located in the corner there.
Those hurt.
We've seen good location from both pitchers so far in this series. That one located pretty well. Hit to center. He's not able to get there. Not quite enough speed from the Roach.
Wow. Yeah, that's fortunate. A good swing. A very good swing. A very good pitch again. Kawashi needs to cash in after dropping game 1 in a meatball fest that he actually started off 3-0 and then just got outplayed, to be quite frank. Nothing against our buddy Kawashi, but the Pelicans really stepped it up in the second half of game 1, which is why they are where they are right now with 1 game in their hip pocket.
We're still seeing some lag pitches affect the Icebergs, it looks like. Hard to tell from Preztone's perspective if he's getting the same treatment. Shout out Kawashi for giving us his perspective on these pre-recordings. He's able to get the first pop out over there to shortstop, so second inning, 1 out, no on. And the center fielder comes up for the Pelicans. Oh, Lord. This one looks well located. Oh, off of the pitcher.
Oh,
Metalhead.
Metalhead.
It's Metalhead. And he gets the outs.
Oh, that's a fun trait.
Man, we've seen that trait pop up really. It never popped up the whole time I was here that I can remember. And now just in these playoffs, we've probably seen 3 or 4 Metalhead moments. In a good way, Metalhead moments.
Yeah, exactly. And here she is.
That trade is pretty much begging to get an uppage of cost in the roster tool with how much it's came into play so far in these playoffs. I still won't use it.
That's the Blue Panther trait, I believe, Metalhead. Or maybe it was, yeah, Panther.
Full count here with 2 outs after the runner was able to get on first. Joe Lee's not going to have a 6 Terminator this time. In this game, hit and run and got him to swing outside the zone for the 3rd out.
No, 3rd out, yeah.
So 2 hits so far for both teams, and now Miles Prower had 2 home run robberies in dramatic fashion in the last game, trying to wake up his bat in this series. 1 for 4 in the last one.
He's done enough with the glove. Let's see some hitting. Oh, decent swing, but
hits it well, but at the feet of the second baseman for the 1st out.
kind of interesting, this motor yard shadow setting. It's the only shadow setting in the game that is actually quite easy to see the ball on. That's one of the reasons I historically do play motor yard, is all 3 of the settings, including the shadow setting, you can see the ball pretty darn well.
You can see the sun shining in right behind that mound. There's 3 up and 3 down, so a quiet start in this one compared to the last one. 0's on the board through 2.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think the shadow setting here is probably the worst of the 3, but even it's pretty nice. I don't mind it.
Pitcher up to the plate. We saw a couple of pitcher hits in the last game from Preztone. Maxwell already locked in. Swings at a meaty one there, right down the middle. 0-2 count. Uh-oh. Not a lot of change-ups on the pitchers for Kawashi. Another pitcher hit. Hang on, it's dropped. The second baseman had a dive, but the RNG against him there.
I can't believe he even got it. I think it just barely ticked off his glove. I mean, he had no business even getting to that. Good effort, though.
And another pitcher hit for Preztone from the starter. First one of this game, 3rd one of the series. That one way inside, so he's got good speed to lead off because that pitcher's locked in as well. Swings late on that one, 2-2 count now.
This is the type.
The game 1 score was like 10-7, I think.
Final?
Yeah, I think it was like 10-7.
Sounds right, actually. I was just gonna say this is not much of a number 2 starter here for Kawashi. I mean, he must have a lot of confidence in his pitching. That is just not much of a pitcher.
I wonder if he's reverse engineering his rotation.
I think he is. I think this is probably a number 3 or 4, and he's maybe lefty righting him, or maybe just thinks. I don't know.
It's that
maybe he really likes the pitcher.
Yeah, pitcher working so far. Almost gets the double play, but too much speed down the line. And here comes Preztone. Power versus lefties. Starter does have pick officer. We've yet to really see much stealing so far through a game.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a trait that could have quite a bit of value against certain players. Preztone doesn't seem to be one of them, though.
That one's hit between shortstop and 3rd, so 2 are on now with 2 outs. And Mackey Page, who's been up so far through a game and a half in a lot of big-time situations, another chance right here with 2 outs to do some damage.
Oh, we got Burning Ice all excited in the chat here talking about that pick officer.
I'm sure he likes having it, but with how much he runs.
He doesn't like when anyone else has it, I can guarantee you that. course, he's clever enough to probably take off anyways, but
Probably.
nonetheless.
I mean, still retreat to the moon.
ベースにつけ
And there's a walk, so bases are loaded now with 2 outs. And Donovan James up is going to have really strong stats for this first
boy.
pitch.
Does have whiffer if you can get to 2 strikes, but this is not looking good.
Gives him
First
a
pitch,
first pitch
Slayer!
strike. Oh!
Oh, and he rolls over it. Uni, you can't roll over that ball when your first pitch Slayer. He gets a meatball down the middle from a mid-velo pitcher.
If that's me, I'm not even thinking about throwing a strike in that situation. He gets aggressive and throws it on the corner and able to get him to roll over, like you said.
高いな
Wow.
And escape the bases loaded jam, so it's still at 0-0.
If I'm
Maxwell
Preztone,
locked in.
I'm claiming lag pitch, regardless of whether there really was one there.
That is the one good thing about lag. You always have something to blame it on.
Exactly.
That fastball up top, swung
Tattooed.
on, good speed off of the bat there. So a leadoff single from Kawashi. Seen a lot of base activity so far, but the difference has been no home run ball. So these pitchers have been able to get out of jams.
And here's a good combo. You've got a distractor with speed on first, and you've got a sprinter at the plate with decent base speed. You can at least probably stay out of a double play. Maybe even get an infield single and get first and second.
Thanks about the steal there.
Maybe even drop a bunt.
Elects to swing, and it goes foul to the right.
I don't think we've seen either of them drop a bunt, have we?
We saw Kawashi bunt once.
Kawashi try once, I guess he did, but
It's a good bunt,
this
really.
seems like this is a good spot to do it.
Oh, he steals right here.
And
on a
he
little
kicks
bit of
off
a
instead, but gets gunned down.
Weird looking play where he checks
Oh,
his
and
swing
strikes
and then
out to
steals.
boot. I think he maybe, well, he out-dueled himself there.
Very
way
unorthodox
or
double
another.
play, though. A looking strikeout turned into a thrown out at second, so it started with a leadoff run, turns into nobody on 2 outs. Hurts a little bit more now as he was able to hit that one into the gap. But score nothing. He's got 1 on now with 2 outs. Gonna have a 2-out rally as Saturn. They're giving the lag some time. That'll do it right there. Pause and cycle through a couple players. We shouldn't see lag the rest of this game.
Oh, and now ICE is turning on the pick officer, saying it's a waste of a trade on 95%. He's probably right, though. It can be really useful against some players, but against most players, it really is just kind of tacked on there. It's cheap, though, so it's actually kind of worth it. It's a cheap trade.
Yeah, it is cheap. And one of those traits that aren't affected too much by the cost of your pitcher.
Right.
This one's a ball. Oh, and all the lag is causing issues. He might have had a chance to dive at that from third base, but nothing. And so now the RBI hero is up. Sluggerville.
Uh-oh, the big girl.
Chance to do massive damage here with one swing of the bat in the bottom of the third. Swings
Oh,
late on,
I
but the lag is tough
I
right
was
now.
going to say he's going to be careful, but he's coming still on the plate. Oh, that was a good corner shot.
Get the third out there. So, but top of the fourth now, still 0-0 in our AA World Series. Come on, y'all in the chat, no one caught that? No one caught that, bro? Come on. I'm not gonna repeat it. Too many wife and kids in this chat. That one hammered right field, but it's foul. Still 2-2. Roach, the center fielder, swings at one outside there.
Boy, that's painful for Kawashi, though, to not get anything for that setup. He had it perfectly set up for Sluggerville.
Man, we're seeing a good bit of lag. It's not really affecting the pitch location too much. It looks like it's mostly uncomfortable at the plate. And we're seeing a little bit of a result of that in the bottom of the the top of the fourth, still 0-0. Good curveball on the edge there. Wong still in, up around 60 pitches now. Dive from first, off of the glove.
Oh,
Second baseman
that
looks to get
hurts.
there in time, but can't.
Such a good dive and don't come up with it there.
This one's low and away fastball. Oh, nasty slider down there. 0-2 count. Here's the signature lag pitch between the legs of the pitcher. So 2 are on now with 1 out. And Preztone once again getting people on base. Has yet to convert much from it. As this pitcher up here is 1 for 1 with a single. Not locked in anymore though.
Gonna let the pitcher hit. Doesn't want to go to that pin early.
Good fastball on the edge. Preztone being patient again.
Can't walk him.
Swings at that one. Popped up to the center fielder. Prowler should get there easy. And he does.
Wow, got him to swing at a pretty tough pitch there, Uni. That's not what the pitcher wanted to be swinging at.
And we haven't seen many chases so far from either team really at the plate, but a rare one there. And now the signature no hummus lag cannon fastball for strike 1. Shout out no hummus for doing the bracket placement earlier. Good luck to everybody in your bracket games. Wish I could be there with you, but I'm cheeks. Here in the AA World Series, bases are loaded yet again for Preztone and the Pelicans. And look who's up, missed.
No.
It's Britt Brooks.
Bad.
And
Gotta
here comes
go big
the rally
here.
stopper.
All right, got to come up with something, rally stopper.
Stub reliever desperately needs the final out in this inning.
Oh, she chased finally. She's been so patient up there.
Swings right field.
Oh.
She waits for it. She hammers it. It's a 4-run shot. Grand salami here for Preztone to break the tie.
Came with the fastball high. He pushed his luck, and Brooks teed off, thinking maybe she would be a tiny bit tentative after chasing, but no, she was still swinging away.
Been a really quiet start to this game, and now we see more of the same from game 1. The long ball shows up. Electric swing, and now back-to-back great hits. This one's into a gap. It's going to be a double. That reliever, though, missed. He brought in the stub reliever with rally stopper and everything. Was set up for the moment, and just like that, after 1 at-bat or 2 at-bats, all the way to 10s.
Yeah, this rally stopper has had a kind of a rough time of it so far in this World Series. Not seeing a lot out of her.
It's kind of been the moral of the story of the games we've been casting is the ace relievers seem to be getting blown up in these playoffs.
Trashed. No, they've been getting trashed. I think that's what was happening in the Vincent Black Lightning for Black Coffee, just getting completely creamed.
And Zavala got nuked on too.
Zavala got nuked on that one, so that series goes to a 7th game, but the relievers are not looking good in that series.
Oh boy, that one's loud off the bat.
Oh, it stopped! She stopped!
Field.
What?
Awkward
Stopped?
glove angle or something, and it turns into a leadoff double. That might be the break Kawashi needs to get a little bit of a rally started of his own.
Oh, mystery man outfielding out there in right field might cost the Pels a huge game here.
And Ice in the chat saying lead Zavala alone. I guess he wants us to talk about how bad Lindsay Island has been as well. Just awful on the mound all the way through and through for the Gex. But great on the mound right here. Preztone with a nice pitch. After giving up that double, gets the strikeout. So 1 out with a runner on second. Kawashi yet to put a run up on the board here in game 2 of our AA World Series.
Yeah, the Gex have been leaning on trash pitchers that whole series. Literally.
Yeah, the starters for his team are garbage. Oh, look at this. This is garbage itself. Pitcher has no stats to hit with at the plate. Brings in one of those mid pinch hitters. About 30 power, 50 contact, does have outside pitch. Maxwell still locked in, but starting to lose some stats. Watches one right down as middle as you can get. Didn't even have to move the reticle. And now swings on one outside. It's a well-struck ball, and it's going to score a run. So that leadoff double works out. Kawashi finally able to move something around the bags and get the first run on the board here in game 2.
That's a big run. You need to get on board, and that's now what the Icebirds have done is show that they can do it. That's not a good swing.
Yeah, Kawashi now being down looks a little bit more nervous at the plate than he has been the rest of the night. On the mound, he's got to stay locked in and try to locate as best he can. Preztone's been taking advantage of the meatball pitches. Once again, goes at that first pitch slayer right down the heart of the plate, but I'm sorry, inside on the edge of the plate. And now that one is down the heart. 0-2 count.
Yeah,
James
we're seeing
has whiffer.
we saw a lot of farmhand in the first game, and now she's back. Doesn't appear to have very good statistics. Does have that elite cutter though.
Yeah, had a really good performance in game one. The best starter for the team. Both games came in and they got pulled out early without much to show for it. Farmhand looking to repeat what she did in game one here in game two. Needs some clean innings for her team. Starts off with a 2-0 count here. Now this one's going to find its way inside. Swung on, but he's over the top of it.
Yeah, that was a mistake pitch there and got away with it. Ooh, good pitch choice.
Four seam coming in up top. I'm sorry, cutter. And it's popped up. Shortstop ranges back and able to glove it. So 2 up and 2 down now after that really loud fourth inning for Preztone. A quiet couple outs here.
Yeah, Farmhand is really leaning on that cut fastball to kind of cover up for her lack of statistics. Use that one elite pitch to kind of manipulate the batter and then set up that changeup.
The real elite trait she has is metalhead. She's
Exactly.
invincible. Walks that one, so with 2 outs, he walks one on, and Jolie comes up, who had 2 home runs in the first game, but had Ace Exterminator on for nearly the whole time. Much more pedestrian here. Preztone taking a break of his own now. Now he's ready for it. Slider coming in right there on the edge. Watches that cutter. Confuses him from out to in. So
didn't appear to be placed very well, Uni, but as we know, once in a while that cutter will just straight fool you. You just don't pick it up, and it comes in almost right down the middle, and you still don't see it.
Oh, no doubt. Kawashi starts off this inning with a loud crack of the bat, but dies before the warning track. We're seeing much less home runs in this game, just 1 so far, and that's the difference. 4-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Game 2 of our AA World Series. I'll make sure you hang on after this. We've got the XBL World Series between Spaceman and Wishbone, and what a classic that's going to be. You're going to get to see the pinnacle of competition in this game.
Yeah, that's gonna be nuts. That's gonna be a great series. No way that goes less than 6.
Right, I would agree. That one's on at 9 Eastern tonight. Y'all know the schedule. You know how it goes. There'll be people talking and baseball getting played. Here in this one, it's a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Kawashi trying to climb back into it. We saw a back and forth affair in game 1. Hasn't been so back and forth in this one, but it's still close. 3-run ball game on our hands. That one's fouled in left field.
Maxwell has looked fantastic, but is tiring quickly here.
And now
this is where you can get to Maxwell, who's been dominant. Those pitches start to look, they don't cut quite as hard. They don't quite have the fire.
Up to his 77th pitch now coming here towards the plate. Just inside, so 2-1. Sluggerville trying to slug something. She doesn't. Hits it at shortstop real softly, and that's the 3rd out. We'll see if he pulls Maxwell here up at the plate. It's 4-1, 8-7 on the hits, but that one grand slam proving to be everything right now. Farmhand looking to have another shutout inning. Looking to build on game 1 performance. It looks like so far she has. Into the 6th inning and gets the strikeout on the changeup outside there. A 3-pitch at bat. Walks away empty-handed.
Now, Farmhand is kind of cooking here. I tell you, Kawashi is very much still in this game. And again, that 1 run was big. Keep this at 3 runs with, 3.5, 4 innings to go is certainly doable. Especially as the SP is tiring badly.
Little lag pitch outside, so 3-1. This one's well located in there on the
Good
chin.
location, popped him up.
We've seen quite a few pop-ups over there behind short. So there's 2 outs, and here's Britt Brooks, who had that grand slam. Has a 400 average so far on the series. Watches the first pitch in there on the corner.
It probably doesn't get a pitch here.
It's a changeup in the zone, but swings on it foul. 0-2. It looks like Kawashi's going to be aggressive despite her having that grand slam. She's still neutral after a grand slam in the World Series. Are you kidding me? There's no passion. There's no passion at all on this team. We need M. Bennings to get in this team's ear ASAP.
Exactly.
Well, M. Bennings we know isn't here, though. He's having a rough go of it after seeing me on back-to-back casts this weekend. He's pissed.
Yeah, M. Bennings, the new voice of the XBL.
That's what M. Bennings has always been, just the passion of the league. He just finally decided to show it.
We didn't know there was any bark to his bite, but there's a lot of it.
He said he's tired of those dog references, man. He's about to come after you next.
Nah, he loves them. He's getting his press.
So a clean inning there, and now we're into the bottom of the 6th. Getting late in this ball game, still a 3-run differential. Kawashi starts it off here with a good hit, but it's only going to be a single as the Roach is able to get over there in center field. Throws it into Brooks.
As we know, though, yeah, lead-off singles are key in this game. Momentum. No outs. Runner on first. Decent speed.
And now, look at that. Can you ever be wrong? A little bit of momentum building here, no doubt. No outs and 2 on. We've got the heart of the lineup coming up. I'm sorry, it's the back end. That was his last strong batter in that 6-hole.
A bit of a weak hitter here, but has nice contact and speed.
Contact versus lefties is engaged. Also has bunter and looking like he might bunt. Trying to stay out of the double play.
May not bunt.
He's got his foot at the oddest angle I've ever seen. I don't know if you are catching that. He's got, I don't know, what kind of feet are those? U-shaped feet.
Oh, that's a bad luck there. That was a good swing.
Has the game always had this? Look at the feet on these hitters. They not look U-shaped? Okay,
that's
this
a certain
guy's got normal feet. This
right.
guy has,
yeah,
this
no,
guy sets feet picks for sure.
I was gonna say that there's a certain pair of shoes that gives that kind of genie look to him.
Well, there's always someone out there that's into it.
Good swing.
99 on the power, but just roped in a straight line, so it's going to be a single, and the bases are loaded now for Kawashi, and the 9-hole is up.
All right, Mittens, you got to come up with something. It's all you, Mittens.
Maxwell finally getting yanked. Oakley Hughes came in now. The SPRP also had a good performance for the Pelicans in the last one.
Again, not much power, but Mittens has some contact and a lot of speed. Maybe just punch one up the middle.
Huge spot in this game. He tries to punch it up middle. The second baseman drops it again.
Lost.
And runs for home. He gets too aggressive. He turns back to third, and he's going to get out.
No. Oh, the birds.
After a gift of his own, he gives a gift right back. We're playing Chinese Christmas, and there's 2 outs with the runner on first and second. Now only 1 run comes across. This one might find its way through. First baseman, not an RNG drop this time, and Hughes able to snag it in that inning. Man, oh man, that drop at second base could have been detrimental, but it just turns into 1 run.
You can't run yourself out of that inning.
I just thought it was a scrim. He was giving the out back for free. I'm sorry, Ice Birds. Burning Ice is talking too much in the chat. He lives in my head rent free now, I guess. We see a new reliever come in for the Ice Birds here. After putting
Got to give Burning Ice credit, though. He's one of our biggest fans. He's always out there in the chat following along.
No doubt. Always appreciate the people who are in here consistently.
Oof.
K Collector is on. O'Hara had a really rough go of it in game 1, looking to correct it here. That slider was meaty, but it's popped way up in the air. Confused
Some lazy. Yeah, this is not the time to get lazy. This, you know, didn't come up with too much there, but don't get lazy on the hill. You still got a game to win here.
There's a 1-out single there.
Another meatball.
The location against a team like Preztone is possibly the most important aspect of the game. The way he can hit the ball, and now we see good location there. The slider starts off low and away.
I will say this, though. That slider is not the easiest thing to place, which is one of the reasons I generally don't use it much. I have it on one of my pitchers, and I pretty much throw it only at 2 of the 4 corners because I just don't trust the pitch.
That one left a little bit up top, but once again, too much altitude on it and put away for the 2nd out. So after that single, we've got 2 outs now. Mercury locked in at the plate. Tons of contact.
Oh, she's really locked in.
He is using that slider a lot. Seems like he has that slider on a lot of pitchers. That's not one that you have a pitch limit on, I guess. So I think I've seen it on 4 pitchers already, maybe.
Yeah, this is such a terrible arsenal. Unless you can really throw that slider, then you can neutralize.
Works that 2-seam in right there, neutralizes the mojo of the batter. Back to neutral over there after being locked in, and now Kimochi comes up, who had a big game in game 1 with the 3-run home run. Looking to start the inning off here. We're into the bottom of the 7th inning. Home team at the plate, looking for a comeback here in game 2 of our World Series.
Nice pitch.
Swings on it.
Oh, another
Same way
good
the last
pitch, but
inning started.
Kawashi was wise to it as it was a repeated pitch.
Saturn locked in. Look at those stats, miss. Juiced at the plate.
Oh,
Watches
brother.
the curveball down low.
Oh, she's going yard, man.
Watches that one
She just
inside. We'll
needs
see if you're
one
right
pitch.
again.
One pitch, Uni. If he loses one pitch, oh, and he
99
gets a
power, though.
single.
It's just
Yeah,
a
that was
ball.
outside the zone, so she reached for it, but she had the stats to back up reaching.
Exactly, all those stats you can get away with it. Now Sluggerville, who's been up with bases juiced a couple of times, is up again with RBI here. Engaged.
Oh, that ain't it.
Field. Hello,
Oh, boy.
Sluggerville. It's 5-4. The Icebergs take
She was
the lead.
due. She was overdue, and she teed off.
How could you be so wrong, Miss? You were 1 batter off, dude.
I was. And she came up there with almost essentially the same exact power and reticle there, but
So just like that, the Icebergs take the lead, and just like game 1, it's back and forth, and we're starting to see loud cracks of the bat. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Oakley Hughes still on the mound, the SPRP. Finally, a chink in his armor on the series. After an excellent start to his first couple games. Looked like that cutter was a little bit of an issue for him. Swings at this one inside.
and we've got battle of the SPRPs, and Farmhand is clearly winning that.
Just inside 2-2. Yeah, you're right. The SPRPs have been a huge factor so far, but Farmhand just been 1 hit better. There's a good hit down the left field line. Just a single, though. Not much speed, it looks like. Or maybe the left fielder was able to get there quickly. Yeah, he's got actually great speed on first base. Has stealer as well. Have yet to see anyone get active except for once. It was Kawashi, and he did get thrown out. This one popped up to right field.
Yeah, it seems neither is really very prone to stealing in general, or any kind of small ball.
Pitcher up to the plate now, watches the first one. Hugh trying to get one last out, I would imagine. That one down the middle, but swung on late. No stats to O'Hara's name at the plate, and she hits it really decently well for the stats she was given. And it's the 3rd out, though, over there to shortstop and on to first. And now Preztone, the away team, they're trailing all of a sudden, and we were in our final 2 innings of action possibly. 6 outs to go, and Ace Exterminator on for Joe Lee once again. Had 2 home runs in the last game with this trade active.
Yeah, boy, she loves that ace exterminator, doesn't she?
See if it pays off for her here. She's going to get a pitch to swing at. Swings on it, pops it into the dirt. Easily put away at first base for the first out. Now Oakley Hughes should, be pulled. Clutch and rally starter. I believe he has clutch on 2 players on his bench. Double A, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting. I love it.
It does work really well for pinch hitters. It's such a good trait. You usually put it on either a CP or maybe your 4 or 5 hitter.
Yeah, my thought is I put it on a decent bat. They need to be at least a decent bat, but what makes a difference to me is putting that clutch on someone that has a lot of opportunities in the field late in the game, like a center fielder or a shortstop.
Yeah, it does make it quite a bit more expensive, but I do agree with you that if you can get it on a fielder, it can pump them. I know I've got a current build that has a 99 arm in right field with clutch.
My normal trick is I just slide it on that shortstop and don't even tell the office. They never catch it, dude.
Right.
Try it
no,
on
you
everybody.
Got to do
I've
that.
been doing it for years.
Right, your bench shortstop, right?
Yeah, sure. Now, bottom of the 8th inning, no runs come across for Preztone there. It's still a 1-run game. Kawashi looking to stretch the lead here late in this ball game. Starts off well with a good hit to right, but the right fielder is able to get there in time. Almost misplays it, but Page puts it away. Tense at the plate. Constantina, I think her name is.
Oh, that's a tough pitch. Forkball coming across to that corner.
Yeah, the new starter, Floral, in. We haven't seen him yet in this series. This is his first appearance. He's got a 4-pitch arsenal, no curveball, but does have 2 moving fastballs, a changeup, and a...
Oh, that was hittable. It was a pretty good location, but visibly that was hittable, and Kawashi froze up on it.
If Mochi puts a charge into it, but the left fielder's able to get there.
That's a great swing.
Here we go, folks. Top of the 9th inning, Preztone needs 1 run to tie this game up, and he's got his best batters up to the plate, starting with Brett Brooks.
Yeah, that's who you don't want to see up there.
He's thinking about walking, but who are you going to walk? All 3 of these hitters are very much able to do damage.
You can't pitch around her. You can't walk her.
I would think if anything, even 1 hit, he might bring in that closer. We saw he has the juiced up closer in the last game, but Britt Brooks at the plate right now. Looks like she might get a fastball off the lag, swings late. Now K collector's on, and this pitcher much more difficult to handle with 2 strikes. Good eye on the slider. Locked in.
I've noticed that the Pels have an incredible eye against that slider. If it's just a hair off, he won't swing at it.
This one's going to be inside, and it's swung on, and it's right field. Kimochi's able to get there, so a loud swing, but nothing. And 3 for 4 with the double is Preztone up to the plate. Now he's looking to bring in that closer possibly, and he does. Goes for the handed matchup, righty on righty. And Preztone, his own namesake player, gets a meaty fastball first pitch. Swings on it, popped up. That hurts if you're the Pelicans. That might have been his best opportunity right there.
Yeah, precise pitching against the big girl, and then here, as soon as this pitcher came in, she threw one right down the middle.
Oh, lag right there.
Oh, that was a lag.
Page at the plate could also tie it up with 1 swing of the bat. Has plenty of stats to do it. Swings at the cutter, and now Blaze Wild with clutch and so much velo trying to tie this series up, and he does.
Oh, chases the slider.
The sliding strikeout, and it's 1-1 in the series now. Kawashi able to get the comeback in the late innings of that game, and what an excellent start to the series we have missed.
Yeah, I said there around the 6th or 7th inning there that Kawashi was really not in that bat. It felt like he wasn't doing anything, but he pushed that 1 run across, kept himself in the ball game. It's awfully tough to rely on someone like the Pelicans going that long without scoring, but he got that 1 big swing, and that ended up somehow being enough.
Yeah, that 1 big swing, and we saw so many home runs through 2 games. I think the keys were so spot on from Simon, and that makes sense as a AA player that has battled in the trenches with both of these players. We saw some mound mistakes really cause issues where Preztone took advantage of the meatball pitches he got. It really, from our perspective, it seemed like Preztone probably located better really throughout the game. Kawashi's an excellent pitcher, but consistently it seemed like Preztone was actually the one that was locating on the mound. But both teams took advantage of some of those mistake pitches, and we saw so many home runs, and that really became the difference in the game. That grand slam made it 0-4 in game 2, and then we see the home runs for the Icebergs to tie it back up and then eventually take the lead. So we find ourselves at 1-1, Mist. What do you think for the rest of the series going forward? What are we looking at here?
Well, it just looks like a really good series. I mean, it's a shame there was some lag there, but it felt like if you really weighed everything in, that they each probably deserved one of 2 games there. It was that even. So I think we're in a good spot here where they both have done something, which you always like to see. You don't want to see someone get swept out of a World Series after such a great season. So you could just bring it on. This looks great. I'm sure they've learned a few things from each other, which batters to avoid, maybe which pitchers they feel more comfortable against. One thing is it's not always the pitchers that theoretically are good that are going to give you troubles. We saw Burning Ice just tearing Vincent Black Lightning up. That's an absolutely high-end pitcher, but against certain people, So it that's what's interesting about a series is the further you go, these players are learning. It's not like game 1 has nothing to do with game 6. So, but so far a great series.
Yeah, great point. You can only learn so much about each other during the regular season in a 2-game set. You get into a long, drawn-out battle like these two are going to be, and it looks like they might give us a classic 6 or 7 gamer, which is obviously perfect for the World Series. And now when you talk about pressure and momentum, they're both able to get the monkey off of their back of getting a win in the World Series. They're both here for their first time. And now you're able to both get a win, and now you can go looking forward. You're not going to get swept. I always think it helps a little bit with the pressure, just getting that first win under their belt. So, right. Mist, if you've got any words for the XBL World Series coming up, and maybe a prediction or something before we get out of here, I'll let you predict, and then I'll say what I got.
The only thing I'm going to say is if for some reason it doesn't turn into a great series, which I think is unlikely, I think if it does, it's going to be that Wishbone's pitching somehow. I can't see it bothering the Spaceman that much, but I think if there's going to be anything that is a separator, it's going to be Wishbone pitching, but I don't expect that. I expect it to be an absolute war.
Yeah, me too. And I mean, AA right here, I think is really going to be pretty similar to what we see in the XBL. It's good pitchers on both sides. Wishbone himself has multiple Von Asen, but he really took his pitching down a notch in terms of stats this season and put it more into the hitting, which obviously has paid off as he's reached his furthest moment in the XBL. Then Spaceman, who was known as an insane hitter really since he got into the league, but especially in season 18, the way he launched out of the gate. If you watched his playoff series, he's really improved his pitching as well. So it's really just what you would expect in the World Series in any division. Really good pitchers and a lot of times some of the best batters. So it's an excellent matchup that we have coming at you at 9 o'clock here in about an hour and 15 minutes. But for tonight, that AA, man, it started off hot. A lot of fireworks. Those were really fun games. Shout out to Kawashi and Preztone for getting those in. We'll have more at y'all. But y'all tune in here in an hour for the XBL World Series. And y'all will see Zlatanimal and Mama Junjun, I believe, in the booth, so you don't want to miss that. For me and Mist, we will catch y'all here probably in the next few days. We'll run a cast, so y'all keep your eyes peeled to the Discord. See y'all soon.